Paris Saint-Germain this season at home, they beat AC Milan, beat Borussia Dortmund, and now this is their last home match in the league, and that will be against the newcomers. On the back of that defeat against them, that humiliating defeat, they'll be prime and poised for action.
If Newcastle is going to get a goal in the game, it's going to be Shaq. I mean, potential player to score. And also, as usual, Kylian Mbappe, he scored, 7 goals in his last 6 games in the UCL.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sports Arena right here on MYBET.AFRICA TV and of course on MYBET Radio. Charlie, this be where we do all the MPP, all the action, all the football action lives here. We are here to talk about the Champions League happening tomorrow, that's Tuesday and on Wednesday. Charlie, plenty action day. But before I even do anything, let me say big shouts to Aqua Blue. If they chop your bet, if you just put for a drink, then take energize your body because it be very good water. You go get them for everywhere, every shop I did there. Aqua Blue mineral water. And also big shout out to the entire production crew. This is what they make and they look fine. You love makeup artists, then I make 100%. Anyway, there are so many games going on. Tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Also Wednesday 5:45 p.m. 8 p.m. Now let me take you through some of the games that are happening tomorrow. We have the likes of Lazio playing against Celtic, Shakhtar Donetsk playing against Antwerp, Milan playing against Dortmund, Feyenoord playing against Atletico Madrid, PSG, another cracker playing against Newcastle, Barcelona playing against Porto, Young Boys playing against Revna, whatever. Francis will give me the real pronunciation of the team. Man City, RB Leipzig, Galatasaray United, Sevilla PSV, Bayern Copenhagen, Real Madrid, Napoli, and of course, Real Sociedad will be playing against RB Salzburg. Arsenal will be playing against Lens, Braga playing against Union Berlin, and Benfica will be playing against Inter Milan. Let me introduce my guests or my people in the studio. Francois.
Yes, Charlie.
Francois, you share a story later, but he's not okay. You're okay, so you're okay. Maybe you share a story. I'll give you the opportunity to share a story. This is Jordan's girlfriend. Jordan's girlfriend. Yeah, I'm worried.
Jordan has a son.
Don't worry.
A very nice, handsome boy.
Me to have a daughter. But it doesn't stop me from having other children. That's it. Anyway, if you guys in the building, of course, man like Vincent is in the building. We are going to throw more light on 2 particular games. Yeah? We want to start with PSG Newcastle. Now, if you look at the stats here, PSG, it looks like the winning probability for PSG is higher. So 59% for PSG, 22% for a draw, and then 90% for Newcastle. And then if you look at the league table, PSG are top of the group with 6 points, and of course Newcastle are just right beneath them with 4 points. The last time they played, Newcastle won the game 4-1 at St. James Park. Francois, let me hear you. What do you think about this particular game?
Well, in the group, if you look at how the group is placed, you can tell that the 2 games that they'll be playing are direct 6-pointers. Anyone that will lose this game, that's the end of you. You either be kicked out or you go to the Europa League because the top 2 progresses. The third team goes to the Europa League. So if you look at what is in front of me here, Dortmund is on top of the group with 7 points, followed by Paris Saint-Germain, 6 points. Then you have AC Milan, 5 points, and then Newcastle, 4 points. If you look at what Newcastle basically have done this season in the UEFA Champions League, they've played 2 matches away from home. They've lost to Borussia Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park, and then they drew at the San Siro against Milan. Their biggest problem this season is how to grind away results. And in the UCL, if you are not able to mix the home form with the away form, it's not going to work for you. And they found themselves languishing at the basement of the table because Borussia Dortmund beat them home and away in the last 2 matches that they played in the UCL, which was shocking because in match week 2, they actually beat PSG by 4-0 at the Newcastle Stadium. So if you look at this, Paris Saint-Germain this season at home, they beat AC Milan, beat Borussia Dortmund. And now, this is their last home match in the league. And that will be against the newcomers. On the back of that defeat against them, that humiliating defeat, they'll be prime and poised for action. And you know, Kylian Mbappe and co last week Friday used the Ligue 1 fixture against Monaco as a preparatory curtain raiser for this, where they beat the principal team by 5 goals. So going into this game, they know that goals at the end of the day will count for who will top the group because the point tally is very close. So they would love to have a convincing win against the newcomers, which happens to be Newcastle, whom themselves played a brilliant game against Chelsea over the weekend, beating them by 4 goals to 1. So it's going to be an end-to-end stuff. But if you look at the permutations, trust me, I see Kylian Mbappe and his army to win on the day in the Parc des Princes.
So what do you think PSG is going to have over Newcastle here? Definitely, we know that it's going to be more like a home advantage for them. Aside that, what else do you think they have ahead of Newcastle this year?
If you look at, they have exposure, they have the experience, and if you look at what they've done so far, they've always been in the knockout stages of the UCL ever since the Abu Dhabi group took over the helms of the club. So this is a tournament that they really want to win. They've won the Ligue 1 countless occasions. They've won the Coupe de France. It is the UCL that is the objective of this particular club. And I'm telling you, if you look at what they have, with Kylian Mbappe, he has seen it all. He's a World Cup winner. You look at Kolo Muani. You look at a player like Marquinhos, the Brazilian centre-back. You look at Donnarumma. He won the Euros with Italy, and then he was with AC Milan. So if you look at their club, you look at Fabian Ruiz. He moved from Napoli. If you look at this team, you can tell, and then you have Ousmane Dembele. Yeah. They have the men that have seen it all at the highest pinnacle of world football. So that will play into the permutations. And in terms of the template, Paris Saint-Germain themselves are ruthless whenever it comes to playing in front of their fans in Paris. So it will be tough for. I can't see a way out for Newcastle. Yes, it's football. But looking at what Newcastle have done in this season's UCL, I think Paris Saint-Germain has everything on the day that will help them win this game and win it comfortably.
Let me hear you.
I think Francis has said a lot, but there is something that I was looking at. And if you see this Paris Saint-Germain team, playing at home is very, very difficult for you to beat them. And their last 5 games, they've won everything. I mean, they've won all the 5 games and they score more than 3 goals, which means that it's going to be a game
fest.
of, goals will be recorded. And then also, if you look at the Newcastle team, playing away is not too good. 5 games they've won. They've lost 2 and they've drawn 2. They lost 1. One they lost against Dortmund, as in the UCL, which means that their away records are very, very poor. So I know PSG, this is the time for them to, win and then qualify. It's a very tough group, so they need to win this particular game. Very easy for them. But then Newcastle is coming into this game with the motivation of beating Chelsea by 4 goals to 1, whether you like it or yes. And this particular season, they've won some decent games against big clubs. Like,
I'm the host of the show. I can sack you off myself. Why you go watch your face? Why you watch my face?
Why are you sitting in front of me?
No problem.
So yes,
Jordan and your uncle.
Oh. So yeah, I'm tipping PSG to win this game. Yeah.
Okay. Vincent?
Yeah, I think PSG right now, they sit, the second place of the Group F, which is the group of death in this year's Champions League. And dropping points in this crucial stage is going to be very difficult for them. They want to qualify to the next stage of the competition. And the new Chelsea, that is Newcastle, right now, so they also want to, improve and also qualify to the next stage. If you see the group standings, each of the teams can qualify to the next stage of the competition. And as Efia said, PSG has lost only 1 of their games played at the Parc des Princes in the UEFA Champions League. So when it comes to PSG winning their games at the Parc des Princes, playing with the Ultras, they've won 8 and lost only 2 of them. So I think PSG playing at home against Newcastle, it's a no-brainer. They need the points very well because we have 2 games to go to the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, and this points is really important. So I think PSG is going to win this game with the facts backing them. Their home form, their records and the class they have in the UEFA Champions League. I'm tipping PSG to win this game, and I also see Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, and as usual Ishak of Newcastle being on the score sheets. Yeah.
So you have in a nutshell told us who you think is going to be on the score sheets. PSG. You said Ishak is going to play. Is going to get a goal.
Yeah, if Newcastle is going to get a goal in the game, it's going to come from Ishak. Potential player to score, and also as usual, Kylian Mbappe. He scored 7 goals in his last 6 games in the UCL. So he's a potential goal scorer in the game now, as well as Ousmane Dembele.
Francis, what's at stake here in this game? Because I'm looking at the league table. Dortmund is top.
A place in the UCL round of 16 is at stake, and it doesn't get better than that. See, Cristiano Ronaldo, let me borrow his word. He granted an interview, and he said, when you get to the latter stages of the UCL group stages, it is time to kill or you get killed. It is now or never. Paris Saint-Germain this season lost away at Newcastle, lost away at AC Milan. And the manner in which they lost, they didn't play, they were off color. And their coach, Luis Enrique, is a former winner of the UCL with Barcelona. He has seen it. And he knows exactly what to do to be able to grind out the results. If you look at the league table, you can tell that the goal difference will come to count.
Yes.
Borussia Dortmund played 4 matches. They have goal difference of +1 and then with 7 points. PSG, 4 matches +1, 6 points. Then you see AC Milan, 4 matches -2, 5 points. Newcastle, 4 matches, no goal. And then they have 4 points. So you can tell that goals will be a premium. They will count very much when it comes to in terms of the permutation who will qualify from the group.
Yeah.
This is how tough it is for everyone in this group. And these are matches that we call 6-pointers. Because when you lose, you are being eliminated. It's like a knockout competition, which we normally call gala. When you lose, you are packing your bag and luggage, and you are exiting the competition. That is how crucial these games are for all the 4 clubs that will be involved in this particular group. And Paris Saint-Germain, they've seen the writing on the wall: win and qualify. Anything apart from win, you are on your way out. And that will be a catastrophe or a disaster for them not to be able to qualify from the group stages of the UCL, because they've really invested heavily into this squad.
So if you want to stake this game, of course, MYBET.AFRICA is the website for you to go to stake this game. Remember, you have to be 18 years and above, and please, TNCs apply. Just like DJ Slim always says, because Scout Bank, Scout Fee, MYBET.AFRICA has that for you. Another game that I wanted to look at is the Milan Dortmund game. It's like this group is like currently the group of death right now. Group F, there's heat there. Just like you said, if you lose, you are going back home. What are the chances for Milan in this game? Milan versus Dortmund. Milan is playing at home. Dortmund is top of the table with 7 points. Milan is third with 5 points. And it's serious. So the last 5 matches,
very, very serious. And if you look at the head-to-head, I was just going through the head-to-head.
Yeah.
They have played 3 matches, and all these 3 matches they played it at Milan's home, and Milan only won 1, and the 2 Dortmund won. Very crucial one for Milan. They had an important win against Paris Saint-Germain, and they would want to win against Dortmund. But I see this game to be very tough for Milan. Wow. These Dortmund guys, sometimes they will disappoint you, but I believe they are going to give Milan a very tough game. And all Milan needs to do is to, put themselves together very well. And then if they want to qualify from this group stage, they have to play like masters, because you're playing against Dortmund. Milan, they've seen the trophy before, so they have to, use the experience to beat Dortmund. But as I said, Dortmund traveling to play in Milan, it's not anything. It's not a big deal for them. They easily beat Milan anytime they go there. So I'm sure that it's going to be a very tough one. But I'm tipping Dortmund getting a good result.
Vincent, I'm looking at the Milan team right now, and I'm seeing some of the players there. They have the likes of Christian Pulisic, who is also he's not really in red hot form, but he's trying his best. Who do you think is going to be the danger man in this Milan squad?
Well, with the squad, before the season, I mean, Milan had, a good squad. They started scoring 3 goals. I mean, in each game, they, with the inclusion of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Giroud, Rafael Leao, and Pulisic. And I think they have, a very good, attackers in their team. We have explosive wingers as well. So I think going into this game, the star man is, as usual, is going to be Rafael Leao. And I don't know if Olivier Giroud is going to feature in this game because their last game featured, Francisco Kamada. Who is the youngest player to ever feature in the Serie A. So I think their star man for the AC Milan is going to be Rafael Leao as usual. And with AC Milan's record against the German oppositions at their San Siro, and I think losing only 2 games in 80 matches against the German sides, I think it's a very good record, which is going to back AC Milan to get the maximum 3 points from this game. And the interesting thing about AC Milan and the German teams is that the AC Milan last games against the German oppositions ended in a 2-2 draw in Italy. So with how the group standing is, and AC Milan being the only Serie A side winning the UCL, more than once in the UCL era, I think they have the pedigree, the class, than Dortmund. And I'm tipping AC Milan, a double chance in this game, at least getting the 3 points or 1 point in this game.
Okay, Francis, how's it looking?
Yeah, if you look at the UCL, mostly the UCL is played with pedigree.
Yeah.
And there's class. It's by no means fluke that Real Madrid are on top of European football, followed by AC Milan. One thing people don't, Milan is a big club. It's
very,
huge.
very big
in
club.
the past, if you play and you don't play for AC Milan and you don't play for Madrid, you are not there. Milan used to be the team that rival Madrid. And if you look at the trajectory of all the legends in the game in the past, most of them, in one way or the other, played to Milan or Madrid. Those who are very good had the opportunity of playing for both clubs. Clarence Seedorf played for both clubs. You look at the Brazilian Ronaldo, he played for both clubs. Kaká played for both clubs. So if you look at how they play, they have pedigree. And when you play against Milan in San Siro, the San Siro is an 80,000 seater. And you know the math, yes. You know how they intimidate you right from the streets before you even enter the stadium. Yeah. You'll be rattled and you've got to deliver. Against Milan, you have to step onto the pitch with some sort of mojo and swagger to believe in yourself that against all odds, you'll be able to look at them in the face and beat them squarely over 90 minutes. If you look at this Borussia Dortmund team, mind you, in the first leg of this particular season's Champions League, Milan went to the Signal Iduna Park and stifled a draw out of the fixture. They played a 0-0 stalemate in Germany. So psychologically, Milan has that edge over Borussia Dortmund going into this game. If you look at the current setup of Borussia Dortmund, they don't have quote-unquote experienced players. And most of their experienced players are found at the heart of their defense, where you have Mats Hummels, who has played for Dortmund and then Bayern Munich, played for the German national team. And you look at players like Füllkrug, all those players are new uprising stars. You look at Karim Adeyemi from Salzburg to Dortmund. You look at Sebastian Haller from Ajax. These guys are not cut. They've played in the Champions League before. But in terms of pedigree, you look at Olivier Giroud. You look at Christian Pulisic. These are guys that have played in the UCL and they've tasted glory. Yeah. So when they step onto the pitch,
with Chelsea though,
he wants me to mention Chelsea that they won the UCL with Chelsea. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you have Fikayo Tomori.
Yeah.
If you look at,
who's also a Chelsea boy, by the way.
If you look at the Milan setup, you can tell that they have a proper blend of youth and experience. You talk about one of the finest young talents across Europe. You will not look further. You definitely have to mention Rafael Leao, the Portuguese. Yeah. When he steps onto the football pitch in any game, it's the mood in which Leao gets into the match. When he's in his groove, trust me, he has the ammunition to trouble and destroy any opposition defensive unit put in front of him. That is how good he can be. So if you look at pedigree, class, you can tell that Milan has upper hand to win this game. And when they step onto the pitch and believe, we saw how they basically dealt with Paris Saint-Germain.
Yes.
I told people Milan has the class and they'll beat PSG in that game at the San Siro, and they duly did that. In this game, yes, Dortmund will come with this youthful, exuberant. They will play. Milan know their strength. If you look at their manager, he knows exactly what to do because Stefano Pioli has experience on the European scene. He knows very well that when you play a low block, you stand a greater chance of winning games against Borussia Dortmund. But if you play a high line football where you push everybody to the center line, they can break at will. And when they break, they have people that will pick premium passes at will. The club captain, Marco Reus, one of the finest passers of the ball in terms of central attacking midfielders.
He gets better with age.
He gets better with age. He's like a wine.
Yeah.
The older you get, the better it tastes. So if you look at this, he knows exactly how to plot his team. And you look at Theo Hernandez, the French lateral defender. He can surge forward. He pops up with goals, his crosses. He picks passes at premium range. And his decision making on top of the pitch, that speaks volume for himself. So Milan has ammunitions, and as to how he unleashes those ammunitions to head Borussia Dortmund is what we live to see. But me sitting here, based on pedigree and class, I tip Milan to win this game, not even a draw. I tip them to win the game tomorrow.
Let me finally get your predictions for first. Let's start with the PSG Newcastle game. How do you think
a straight home win for Paris Saint-Germain, and I expect that game to be full of goals, like the way Fia said. If you look at PSG at home, they've basically always played over 2.5. That is, the game will not produce less than 2 goals. And I expect a PSG straight win as well.
Okay. Milan, Newcastle, I already mentioned the Milan, but any score prediction?
I expect Milan to be winning that one at least by a 2 goals difference.
2 goal difference. If you're baby.
No, I see. I think this segment, I have to leave it for my boys here. Yeah, they are good at that. But the Europeans, so you trust me. The prediction is...
You don't want to go there?
No.
Okay. Vincent?
Yeah.
PSG, Newcastle, Milan, Dortmund.
I think a straight win for PSG and over 2.5 goals in that game. And Milan to straight win for Milan and both teams to score in that game. So.
All right, so don't forget that you can always take these games on MYBET.AFRICA, the website. Go there, register if you're 18 years and above. You can quickly go there, register, and then you can stake all these games. You find them there. The odds are delicious. They are sweet. And whilst you are taking the bets, all you need to do is get a bottle of Aqua Blue mineral water. You are good to go. This is why we bring your questions down to today's segment of today's edition of Sports Arena. My name is Nana Kwame, and thank you so much, guys, for doing this with me. Do well to hit the notification bell so that anytime you drop a video, you can get it and watch it as well. Until it comes your way, same time, another time. Do well and have a great day.